just like that. Yup. Yup. Good job.
Well, there goes your carrot.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to cut a chicken's wing feathers and to trim their toenails. Now, it's super important to do both if you are free-ranging your chickens or if you have them in an enclosed area, because you'll notice they will start hopping over the fence, escaping. It opens them up to danger if you have predators nearby and need them to stay enclosed and not free-range. Silky feathering typically does not allow them to fly. Like I said, they're not, in a previous video, they're not very flighty birds. But these satin silkies, they have the normal, chicken feathering. And these wing, their feathers are not the fluffy, like furry chicken silky feathers. They're actual like chicken feathers. So these guys can be pretty flighty. I mean, this guy actually flies. So I'm going to show you how we trim his wings. Okay, so like I said, he has the normal chicken feathering, so that's why we are going to trim only one of his wing feathers. And the reason we only do one is because if you trim both, they will eventually adapt, and he will get strong enough and build up different muscles that allow him to fly. But only trimming one will kind of knock him a little bit off balance and not allow him to really, he's about to crow. And it will not allow him to really fly too well. He's freaking out. You know what's happening, don't you? Okay, so to do this, all you really do is you get a nice firm grip on him. If you need to, you can get someone else to hold them for you, or you could find a position to hold them in where you're comfortable. What I like to do is I like to kind of stick them between my legs and hold them that way so they can't really wiggle around too much. I'm going to show you what we're going to cut first. Okay, so if you open up their wings, I'm trying to get them situated here, and if you take a look, these first few feathers up here are the flight feathers. These are their primary flight feathers, these ones up here in the front. So you're not going to want to go back too far. You're probably going to want to go back to about right here. And the line you're going to want to follow is this little line. You can see these feathers here. You do not want to cut these feathers at all. So you're just going to want to follow this line right back to about there. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing I do, like I said, is I get him like nice and tucked in between my legs. He's kind of trying to stand. So you tuck him in really nicely. I'm right-handed, so I'm kind of positioning the wing to give myself that and trying to separate these, and he's wiggling a lot. And I just kind of like turn him like that. And you're literally just going to go ahead and do a nice clean cut. I use normal scissors. You don't have to use anything special. This does not hurt them. Their feathers are keratin. Oopsies. Alrighty. So he wiggled out. So as soon as he wiggles out, you want to stop what you're doing. Make sure you don't cut or hurt anybody. I want to clean this up just to make sure you have a nice clean line. And we're going to cut two more. It's not cutting. So like I said, their feathers are made out of keratin just like our hair. So it's a protein. And clean it up. So just like that. And we're all done. Now this doesn't hurt them. He was just freaking out a little bit. But you want to make sure you have the nice clean cut. And then he's all done. Okay, so we're gonna trim Elvira's toenails today, and the reason, stop looking for chicken poop. The reason you want to trim their toenails is to make sure first that they can walk correctly and comfortably. If their nails get too long, they'll literally start like curling underwards and can be uncomfortable for them to walk around. And secondly, you want to make sure that they don't get stuck in anything. So I mean, if a chicken jumps, the toenail could literally get caught in a piece of hardware cloth or chicken wire or whatever you have. So the first step you want to do, especially with silky chickens, is you want to take some just dish soap, like some Dawn dish soap, and a watering can, obviously. Hi. And you want to take the Dawn soap and some water, and you just want. Yeah, that's a chicken. Yeah. Good job. So you just want to wash their feet to get any poop off, just in case so that you can A, see better, and B, in case you do accidentally nick a vein in their nail, you want to make sure that their feet aren't dirty and that poop isn't getting into their blood or anything like that, because that could give them an infection. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to clean her feet really quickly. So I have a little shallow pan of just some Dawn dish soap and some water. We're just going to stick it in and kind of let it soak a little bit and wash it around just a little. Okie doke, so before you get started, one thing I always like to keep on hand is the styptic powder, just in case I do nick one of their quicks, which is their vein. If you nick that, they'll start bleeding. So you want to make sure, especially with Silkies, because they have the dark skin, the dark nails, it's hard. You can't even like look into their nails, just some like dirt or whatever, poop probably. But if you look, you can't see their veins at all, so you don't know exactly where to cut. I'm probably going to go to about right here to be safe. But just in case you nick something, have this on hand. It's a powder. You literally dip it in and it stops their bleeding right away. I usually use dog nail trimmers, just this little top paw, you kind of squeeze them and it just clips. It's nice and easy and quick. And what I do is I go right for the nail. I hold it tight, make sure in case they wiggle that they're not going to make you cut any longer, and literally just trim. Check to make sure there's no bleeding. No bleeding, you're good. You can move on to the next one. No bleeding, we're good. We can keep moving on. And she's being a good sport about this. I just basically want to make sure that none of them are super long, turning under, nothing like that. So you just keep going until you get all the nails on both feet. Has her face been this dirty this whole time?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Please excuse Elvira's messy face. I didn't realize that she was so messy before we started recording this. So Elvira and we apologize for the messy face. We're sorry. See, we're sorry. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe, please. See you, bye!